So I was feeling very uncomfortable at one point because I felt as if I was being pushed to create a relationship where it was through my old stories and through my old thought processes, right? Which would it not have been, like I talk about, which would not have been beneficial to him or I. Is that correct verbiage? I don't know. Anyway, I'm just gonna talk. So, and perpetuate certain thought process of how couples should be. So I am not everyone and I am not anyone. I will say this, that relationships can be molded into something that works for both of you, where both of you have freedom within your relationship, freedom through love, but starting off the hard conversations with compassion first. Because my old stories, and I guess you could say old behavior, would always start off with a non-compassionate thought or a non-compassionate step forward into a specific type of conversation, which isn't healthy for anyone in the relationship, right? And additionally, it was either having a small voice or having no voice at all, where you would lose yourself within the relationship, and or you wouldn't get your desires that you truly want out, which doesn't allow for both of you to grow or together. And that is where freedom within the relationship through love is created, is where honesty matches honesty, and therefore you grow understanding around it, and it can become a beautiful, circle of growth. Again, all relationships are not easy, and you have to have the hard conversations in order to grow. But the hard conversations don't have to start off with uncompassionate tone, verbiage, feelings, emotions. If you feel as if you're gonna lash out, then take a pause and think about why you're feeling like you're gonna lash out. And you may actually find that maybe you're feeling vulnerable, maybe you're feeling fearful. Your anger is actually untrue, and it's more fear of being loved, of being held, coddled, and allowing someone into your life. I think that we all have to do deep soul searching, and the soul searching and inner connection has to become deeper within, especially when you're in a relationship. Without or with a relationship, there is always inner growth that can be done. And my boyfriend now has allowed me to dig into places that I'd never, ever, ever wanted to explore because of being scared, because of having the fear of not ever being with someone who truly understands you. But if you quiet your voice and don't use it in a compassionate way, you will always be alone and be misunderstood. So take that risk, and you may be pleasantly surprised, because all of these series, right, are about us taking risks and life and ultimately growth. Because if I never took a risk to say what I desired from the relationship and continue to say it, then you would just be floating along with life, right? And there's a fine balance between floating along the river, moving like water, molding through two situations, and being adaptable rather than, and additionally being adaptable. And I am a true and firm believer that when you lead with compassion with your significant other, and they are invested in you, and you ultimately, because everything on here is about you, and ultimately you are dedicated to your inner growth, you will be the one to flourish. And your partner has no reason but to flourish with you. So I know that we've talked a lot in this episode, or I've talked a lot, but there's a lot of information rolling around in this episode, right? So I think I'm just going to end it here with this last paragraph. If the situation, and every situation is not perfect, right? And if it's not perfect, make the situation perfect for you by having a conversation deep within yourself and communicating your wants and desires. All right? The inward march and inner connection is where you will find the strength with compassion. Anger can be a tool in a relationship. Yes, we all understand that. But try using compassion. Prior to this, I always thought about compassion as a weakness, right? Something that I could be easily walked all over if I culminated compassion. But compassion for yourself and people around you. Allow yourself, compassion allows you to be uplifted and not degraded. And when you find this within yourself, those risks, those opportunities that you think are risks will unfold beautifully, because compassion, everyone will feel it around you. They will feel uplifted and they'll feel good, you know? For me, if you think about it, feeling good allows you and people around you, or the people that you are observing, to do good in their lives. Compassion decreases the manipulative behavior, but it stems from loving behavior, truthful behavior, stems from compassion. So it's not about setting the stage for other people, but it is about setting the stage for yourself. Meaning, when you are honest with yourself, you will have freedom within the relationship, freedom with love within your relationship, and therefore both of you can grow in tandem and learn and teach each other about your truthful love, and have freedom to be yourself, to laugh uncontrollably, and to grow together. And that's what I want for everyone here listening to me, to have fun with life and to grow. All right, so let's take a deep breath in and out. We thank all of the soft energies for coming here to support us and to dress us up in love and to provide us strength here in these uncomfortable waters. But feel the energy around you. Do you feel nervous now that you are at the end of this podcast? Or you feel focused through compassion and not nervous through fear. All right? Let's take a deep breath in and out. Thank you, Purple Energies, for coming to meet us here. And remember, be malleable and flexible and float along that nice riverbed of purple healing energy. I thank you so much. Always remember, you are loved. Thank you for being here on the Strip Down to Love podcast video, and always walk with love. Until next time.